What's up everyone, welcome to episode number 7 of my TEW done deal with the WCW. We're now into November, so for those that are returning viewers, new viewers, unfortunately I've lost Kevin Nash, my world champion, in the last game. He suffered a spinal injury in a match with Mike Awesome, which also meant he lost his world heavyweight title. However, the show must go on, so let us begin a new era on Nitro. So believe it or not, in a pre-show match, DDP and 2LK defeat Brian Knobb, CW Anderson and Hayes. DDP hitting the diamond cutter. Just for this particular show I didn't have anything immediately lined up for DDP, the US champion. Another thrown together 10-man tag just to give the top guys a bit of a win. So Barry Windham, Finlay, Randy Savage, Shane Douglas and Kid Cash defeat Red, Crowbar, the Great Sasuke, Tanaka and Terry Funk, with Randy Savage hitting the elbow drop on the Amazing Red, which I'm sure he wouldn't have minded in real life, letting the legend pick up a win. $66 ain't too bad. Alright, main show. Got a bit of writing on this one. Let's have a little read. Mike Awesome, Lance Storm, Major Guns are in the ring. They celebrate their double title victory last night. Storm says it's not Canada's fault. We're just better than all of you. Don't blame Canada. Blame yourselves. Mike Awesome has now earned his career killer nickname back, as Kevin Nash is out for a year at least. However, victory was bittersweet, and his belt was stolen by a nobody. This brings out Dusty Rhodes and Dustin Rhodes, who is clinging on to the WCW World title. Dusty Rhodes says to Team Canada, tonight it will be Dustin Rhodes versus Mike Awesome for that very title, and it will happen tonight. So tonight twice there, in that's one sentence. Anyway, 79 ain't too bad considering the overness of people. Squash match, Joe over Butterbean, my WCW resident jobber, 53. Chronic defeat La Parka and Taka Michinoku. Brian Adams scores the win, 58. A bit of a random triple threat. Kareen over Jimmy Yang and Chavo Guerrero. And he hits old school explosion. Not a bad match considering. 70 rating there. Freestyle segment, basically Bischoff books Flair versus Booker T versus Monty Brown in a #1 contender match. The winner will go on to the pay-per-view to face whoever the world champion is. That got an 89. Johnny B. Bad picks up a victory with Shooting Star Press over Hugh Morris thanks to some interference from Stacy Keibler. That got 70. Singles match, Sean O'Haire continues his winning streak, defeats Road Warrior Animal when he hits his Widowmaker following botched interference from Rick Steiner, 74. Following the match, the Steiner Warriors beat down Sean O'Haire. Buff Bagwell makes his return to WCW. Looks like he's going to make the save, but instead, typical Buff fashion, turns on Sean O'Haire and joins the heels in a beatdown. I got an 84. Good tag match here. Team Madness defeat Kidman and Mysterio, with Nigel McGuinness beats Billy Kidman with the Tower of London. Mysterio carried the match. Daniels was the weak link. Not by much. Daniels was a 59. Mysterio's an 80. I can see why now. #1 contenders match. Booker T defeats Flair and Monty Brown. So Booker T is your new #1 contender. I got 79 as well. New feud beginning. Jeff Jarrett and CM Punk go back and forth with entertaining insults towards one another. So slow build for this one. 79. Wow. I wasn't expecting it to be so high. But anyway, in the main event, Mike Awesome defeats Dustin Rhodes with the Awesome Bomb. This is Mike Awesome's first title defense, and it also had Dustin Rhodes hinting at a future heel turn. This got an 81. Following the match between Rhodes and Awesome, the two continue to brawl all the way to the entrance ramp. Booker T appears. He throws both of them off the entrance ramp onto the hard concrete floor. He has a bit of a sly smile and signals it's all about the title. 86. So Booker T, Mike Awesome, potentially Dustin Rhodes as your new feud for the world title. Yeah, good start. 82. So 82 for Nitro. Strong start to the month. Never anything interesting in my news, even if you can't see it. Alright, Raw got an 88. Triple H defeats Jericho, Jeff Hardy and Kane. Got a 98 match, and we got an 82. Nothing. Oh, ODB, sorry. She's actually a part of my developmental. Just having a quick little browse at Dustin Rhodes' overness, and it is actually on the rise just for one very short segment match. Semi-main event push, and he's straight into the overness world. But I am. Oh, hello. Steve Austin has suffered a herniated spinal disc. That sounds bad. Yeah, just checking his physical. Austin is out for 11 months. So they've lost a major star as well. WWE lost Austin. Who was he against? Who injured him? Edge and a two-man power trip defeated the Hollies and Cheetah Kid. Okay, he probably got smashed by Hardcore Holly. So Holly's your main event push now. Rodney Mack there. Just in case. SmackDown got 89. Big Show over Jericho. They love the Big Show in WWF. Pentagon. I wonder if that's Pentagon's Junior's dad. Freddie Blassie's officially gone from the business. Yeah, out of the business. WCW vs. the World. AJ Styles versus Mark Judrak. I got a 62. Not bad for a main event. Bob Backlund there. Planet Stasiak. Right, anything in the news? Got a few youngsters joining companies, which is nice to see. Tracy Brooks there. Nova won the NWA National New Jersey Heavyweight title. TCW, there you go, Russell War, AJ Styles as a star again. He was in the main event again over Brian Lee. Oh, hello, Eric Young begins his first reign as X Division champion when he defeats Andy Douglas. Good old EY. So the X Division title, Andy Douglas held it for a month. Not bad though, it's developmental, so I don't mind how Scotty Anton has Scotty Riggs, just in case you weren't sure. The new tag team with Beth Phoenix and Mercedes Martinez. So a lot of the well-known people, like Beth Phoenix, are obviously just starting out in 2001. So, God. Oh, I've accidentally clicked way too quickly there. Apologies for that. Let's hope nothing interesting was in the news there. Hey, Eddie Guerrero gets clean. I'd love to re-sign him. Let's slowly move down without clicking continues. Dave Taylor there. I think that would be as a road agent, yeah. Fear of the dark. Fear of the dark. Okay, so we're on to week 2 Nitro. Okay, the next Nitro is booked. So random tag, just testing out some combos here for the pre-show. C.W. Anderson, Brian Knobbs defeat Crowbar and Tanaka. Got 60, so that's not bad. So I'm just looking at the combos to see which ones looked better. Four-way tag match pre-show. Young Dragons, Windens, Red, Salaka, Finley, Hayes. The Windens pick up the win. Barry Windham defeats the Maiden Red with his flying lariat. That got 60. Main show, Mike Awesome comes to the ring, starts talking to his crowd, gets interrupted by Booker T. Shortly after, Dustin Rhodes appears. They have a big argument, goes back and forth. Referees, staff try and break him up, and Eric Bischoff then comes out and announces it will be a triple threat match. Now that triple threat match is actually going to happen at the pay-per-view, which is WCW Mayhem. So we're going to have triple threat world title match at the pay-per-view. Booker T, who won the #1 contender match, Dustin Rhodes, who's got himself involved, and Mike Awesome. 87. AJ Styles getting a borrow from development match tonight. Teams of Kidman and Mysterio defeat Chavo, Essa Rios and Psychosis. AJ gets the win with the Styles Clash. Pretty decent match, 74. Monty Brown's chatting with Punk backstage. They turn a corner and bump into Ric Flair, who's with Jeff Jarrett. Jeff Jarrett says something Brown doesn't like, and they start arguing, and then they agree to have a tag match later on. 81. This will benefit both feuds. Johnny B. Bad continues his winning ways, defeats Terry Funk when using a foreign object. Got 58. Flair and Jarrett again talking backstage. They said they both want a piece of Brown and Punk, and they agreed to work together to destroy him. 77. Taka Michinoku picking up a big win, defeats Samoa Joe. It's got 64. Lance Storm, Mike Awesome, along with Major Guns, are backstage with Dusty Rhodes. They asked a chance to face Booker T and Dustin Rhodes in a tag match tonight. Dusty accepts the request. It's got a 75, which ain't bad. Tag match. 2LK draw with Chronic when the match just descends into chaos. Both are faces here. I just tried something different on the finish. I gave it a sports entertainment finish. I got a 64. Team Madness promo. This time I got all the right people in it because I accidentally put Melina with Jeff Jarrett in the last video. Savage, McGuinness, Daniels, Dawn Marie and Melina basically hyping themselves up a bit. It's got a 65. 67, can't even read. Good singles match here. Karina defeats Juice and Liger. That's got a 76. Buff Bagwell distracts Sean O'Haire long enough for Steiner, Animal and Shane Douglas to jump him. That's got a 91. Now, Douglas, Bagwell were tag champs once upon a time in the New Bloods, and the Steiner Warriors as well, tag champs on my current game. So they're not really a stable, they're just sort of allies at the moment until I decide what to do with them. Might make them a stable eventually, but this is going to lead to Sean O'Haire. In fact, I'm going to put it for next week's Nitro. We're going to have Buff Bagwell, Sean O'Haire next week. TV title match. So the semi-main, I guess you can call it. Jeff Jarrett, Ric Flair defeats CM Punk and Monty Brown by pinfall. This got an 82, so that's a very good rating, considering Punk and Brown are only mid-carders. In the main event, Team Canada, Lance Storm and Mike Awesome defeat Dustin Rhodes and Booker T. Mike Awesome pins Booker T after the Awesome Bomb. This got an 84. Following the match, Mike Awesome and Booker T continue to fight. Dustin Rhodes grabs the world title and makes his escape again. Major Gun alerts Awesome. Well, that should have been Awesome and Booker T rather than Storm, otherwise this second part don't make sense. Anyway, they chase after Dustin to the back. Lance Storm is alone in the ring. DDP slides in behind. Storm turns around. Bang, he walks straight into a diamond cutter. DDP says next week he'll get to rematch and regain the US title. So that one got an 81. However, it's leading to a rematch next week on Nitro. DDP, Lance Storm, US title on the line. And yeah, it's pretty good. 85. So not a bad Nitro. 85. One of the more higher rated Nitros. Shows that the Team Canada push is doing okay. Alright, Raw got an 87 and I got an 85, so we're catching. One of the Briscoes there. Always skim through the news, nothing important. Size wise for WCW popularity, we are 66 in America. When I started in May, we were 56. So popularity for WCW is improving. That's over an improvement of 10 in 6 months. So you'd like to think, going based on that, in another 6 months I might actually make it back to national. 87 for SmackDown, Benoit over Big Show, Malenko MVP. Again, just skimming through the news until I see people I personally recognise, like Bob Backlund there. Look, Bruce Beefcake, the disciple. Sean O'Hare wants a pay rise, that's fine. He's doing excellent at the moment. WCW vs. World, AJ Styles as a star. AJ Styles over Chris Harris was the main event for the world title. AJ wins. She's a very good wrestler, by the way, in case you didn't know who Toyota was. She just works in Japan though, so I can't bring her across. Oh, new feud. AJ is going to begin a lengthy feud with Sean Stasiak. Ernest Miller is going to take on Alex Wright. So there's a reason why Ernest Miller and Alex Wright are in developmental. Super Crazy keeps asking every week so far to be bumped up to the main roster. Butterbean's contract ending. I'm going to let that go as he was only employed to job. Shane Helms was the star here. Stasiak defeated Helms in the main event. That got a 66. So, John Nord, the Berserker himself, retired. I remember watching him appear maybe in one episode of Nitro as himself, John Nord. Might have been in '98, I would say, as a guess. Misawa picks up an injury, torn stomach muscle. That's about a month injury. Legend in Japan he is. Was. The prototype, I'm pretty sure that's John Cena. Wins a world title. World War III, so that's my developmental. Shane Helms was the star. And I gave it a Royal Rumble style main event, which Mike Saunders won a 30-man battle royal, 57. Their development got a 52, in case you want to know how good developmental does. So they average in the 50s for now. Alright, coming up will be week 3's Nitro. The main event is the US title match, DDP versus Lance Storm. Okay, here we go. Week 3 Nitro. DDP Lance Storm in the main event. Anyway, pre-show. Kid Cash picks up a win over Crowbar and Norman Smiley. He's got 55. 6-man tag pre-show with all the cruiserweights. Kidman, Mysterio, Liger defeat Rios, Psychosis and Chavo. Kidman picking up the win. 70. Mike Awesome finally manages to catch Dustin Rhodes, who's had his stolen title since last week. In the ring, he floors him and grabs his belt back, only to be attacked from behind by Booker T, who lays beating on Awesome. Dustin manages to grab the belt back and runs away again. 89. So this kicked off Nitro. Dustin Rhodes obsessed with the title, keeps running off with it. Booker doesn't like either, especially Awesome. Tag match, LaParca and Taka pick up a win over the Wyndhams. LaParca rolls up Barry Windham, 71. Thinking about pushing the actual talented ones, maybe. Even though I like the Wyndhams. 6-man tag, Team Madness, Randy Savage, McGuinness and Daniels. They defeat Tanaka, Butterbean and Jim Duggan. McGuinness picking up the win, 66. Monty Brown calls out Ric Flair and challenges him to a match. Now they've already met twice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pre-book this one last match. And it's going to be a 30-minute Iron match between Monty Brown and Ric Flair. And that'll be a feud ender at Mayhem. So Monty Brown will have worked with Randy Savage and Ric Flair. Carino picking up a win again. Short match over the Great Sasaki. It's got a 60. Dustin Rhodes is at the announce desk carrying the title he stole. As Dustin crows about the theft, Awesome runs in, attacks, beats him up and takes his belt back finally. So Awesome has his world title back. 77, no Booker T in sight. Singles match, Bryan Adams defeats Samoa Joe with a chokeslam, as they got 59. Tag title defense, Steiner Warriors beat the Young Dragons. Rick Steiner picking up the win. He's got 70. DDP promo, in which he taunts Lance Storm. Lance Storm's mum wanted a girl, his father wanted a boy. I guess they were both satisfied. Whoa, that sounds like a Ric Flair promo to me. 100. Sean O'Haire continues his winning spree, defeats Buff Bagwell with a Widowmaker following botched interference from Shane Douglas. Sean O'Haire's 11th title defense. Final match, Steiner Warriors, Shane Douglas and Buff attack, beating O'Haire down. 2LK make the save before more damage is done. So we've got 4 and 3 feud there, 82. So this is going to lead to, we'll do a tag match next week. We'll have Shane Douglas and Buffy versus BG James and Conan, 2LK. Jeff Jarrett defeats Brian Clark with the figure 4. It's got 70. Final match, Jeff Jarrett's in the ring when suddenly he's hit from behind by a roundhouse kick by CM Punk. Punk pulls Jarrett up, puts him on his shoulders. CM Punk hits a go to sleep, which knocks out Jeff Jarrett, 86. And now I think I shall pre-book that match for the pay-per-view Mayhem. CM Punk versus Jeff Jarrett. Main event, Lance Storm defeats DDP by submission. Canadian Maple Leaf, clean victory. This got 79. And an 84 for this week's Nitro. Very good finish. DDP putting people over. This will definitely dent his popularity, unfortunately. So I'll have to build up DDP a little bit again after this. Oh, yeah, that don't happen often. Nitro above Raw. Norman Smiley. Steroids apparently. Anyway, we got an 84. Raw got an 81. Big Show over Benoit. So for the first time in a while, I guess we beat Raw in the quality factor of the show, at least. Dustin Rose's openness is about 59, so slowly creeping. Probably could do with a big win, to be honest. SmackDown scores an 86. Scott Hall defeats The Rock by DQ, got a 99. Well, that's a one heck of a start for Scott Hall in the WWE. F, here we go, F. WCW versus the World. AJ's the star, got 52. AJ Styles beat Mark Jindrak in the main event. Shannon Moore broke his pelvis. Now, that's a 2-month injury. Now, it should be noted that Freak Out are currently the tag champs in developmental. So I wonder if that means they'll do a title change for the next show. And Pro Tag League. So again, nothing too major in the news. This is what happened to wrestling when WCW and ECW were bought out. Shane Helms again, the star. Injury for Eric Young. He's currently working through some nerve damage. He's the X Division champion in development. New Japan shows get 91, but they only ever have 2 matches on the shows. WWF Survivor Series is coming up, 2001. And in real life, that was the invasion angle. Wow, the vacant world title was claimed by Eddie Guerrero. Sweet. I suppose Austin was the champ. Eddie Guerrero defeated Triple H in the main event. That got a 98. There's also another title change on there. Let's see if I can find it. There it is. Crash Holly won the European title. And Funaki won the light heavyweight title. So a few, I suppose they'd be classed as minor. Apart from Eddie Guerrero. That's cool. Eddie Guerrero winning a world title, in my opinion. That's cool. Latino Heat. Wonder how. Also should be noted the tag titles are vacated in WWF. It's not as over as I thought it'd be. It's early in the 60s. I thought it'd be higher than that. Anyway, week 4 Nitro, the last one before the pay-per-view. Okay, Nitro's all booked and ready. But as we head towards Mayhem, 6-man tag. Anderson, Joe, Carino defeat Crowbar, Duggan and Terry Funk, 58. Lance Storm was early in the pre-show match this week, defeats Kaz Hayashi, was 73. Eric Bischoff is backstage. He sees Dustin, Rhodes and Booker T arguing. He reminds them tonight they're going to be tag partners against Team Madness. 86. Nice little win for Finlay. Defeats Norman Smiley with the Celtic Cross. It's got 55. A little upset here. Psychosis defeats the resident jobber Butterbean. The guillotine leg drop that's got 53. CM Punk is jumped backstage by Jeff Jarrett, beats him down, throws him into Tori Wilson, where the diva is standing partially clothed in the midst of getting changed, has got an 83. Chronic defeat the Wyndhams. It's actually got higher than expected, 65. Cruiserweight match. Mysterio beats the Amazing Red. That's got 73. Just a bit civil, making it official. Dusty Rhodes is toast of the contract signing between Ric Flair and Monty Brown. Nothing actually goes down, just a standard contract signing saying it's going to be an Iron Man match and the last time these boys are going to face each other for a while. 86 is quite good. Triple threat. Kidman defeats Hugh Morris and Johnny B. Bad with the Shooting Star Press. That's got 72. Cruiserweight title defense. Liger defeats Rios, Taka, Chavo and Kid Cash when he hits the Liger bomb. 72 rating. Fourth defense for Liger. Tag match. Douglas and Bagwell drew with 2LK when the match ascended into chaos. 67. Final match. BG James and Conan are getting beaten down by Buff, Douglas and the Steiner Warriors. Senior Salt, Sean O'Haire and DDP make the save, saving them for a serious beating. This got an 86. DDP is now added to this feud and it's going to be a War Games match at the pay-per-view. It'll be DDP, O'Haire, BG James, Conan versus the Steiner Warriors, Douglas and Buff Bagwell in a War Games match. 86 I got. Main event, considering two of these guys over us isn't massive, I'm very happy with a rating of 80. Booker T and Dustin Rhodes pick up the victory. Dustin picks up the pinfall. It's got an 80. Final match. Booker and Dustin still in the ring. Out of nowhere, Mike Awesome hits the ring and destroys both people. The assault is quick and brutal and leaves them both completely destroyed. Champ stands tall before the pay-per-view. This got an 88. 81 for this week's Nitro. So that's not too shabby. Let's have a quick little gander at the news. Nothing too important to share. So New Japan had a 89 for Raw. Rock and Angle got a 100. New Japan got 85. There you go. The Rock went to a no contest with Kurt Angle. How do they always get like 100s? I get like an 80. Moria still being a good lad in Australia. ECW on the brink, so they look like they're going out of business. Let's have a look at their roster. To be honest, it's not a company I'm interested in, so I won't be buying it. Mike Awesome, asking for a pay rise. 87 SmackDown. Scott Hall defeats The Undertaker, Christian and Raven. What? That does sound like a cool main event. X-Pac was the star. Kurt Angle was the star. Okay, let's have a look. See, Savio Vega leaves WWE. Jamie Noble was a star this week. Main event: Saunders, Jinrak, and Stasiak defeat Noble, Danielson, and Seidel. AJ retained the world title. Of course he does, it's AJ Styles. Right, let's have a little look at the news. Evan Courageous and Super Crazy want to be called back up to the main roster. Yokozuna benefit show, huh? The Tonga Kid defeated LA Smooth. Hawk defeated Tank Abbott. Vampire Warrior defeated Jeff Breeden. Just basically a lot of people from the WCW past, really. AAA, Triple R, got 78 for their pay-per-view, I guess. Nobody championship wins, whoever he is. Different psychosis there. Jamie Noble, the star again. Noble and Air Paris against Jidrak and Stasiak was the main event. Fear of the Dot. Randy Orton, huh? Terry has retired. Not really too much else in the news, to be honest, that stands out for myself. So we'll just get through Saturday and then I'll be booking WCW Mayhem, which without Nash anymore has taken a turn. It will be Awesome's reign. Will he stay champion? Because he kind of won the belt by default just because he was in the match. Ian Rotten, huh? Right, here we go. Time to book WCW Mayhem. Okay, it is upon us. WCW Mayhem. So to work the crowd, Johnny B. Bad defeats Crowbar. Nice sort of simple start. Gets a 60. Throwing all the tag teams together plus a random old man combo. The Team Madness pick up a victory 61 over Wyndham's, Chronic, Butterbean and Duggan. Team Madness are building up that card very strongly now. Dusty Rhodes talking with Dustin. Dustin seems zoned out. Is he focused? I got a 73. Just a random match to get everyone on the card. Finley defeats Tanaka, Anderson and Hayes. In the Celtic Cross for the win, 63. Cruiserweight tag match. Well, I say Cruiserweight, Joe's in it. The Parker and Mysterio defeat Rios and Joe. Joe and Rios are not a tag team, but it's just to get them used. Promo from one of the teams in War Games. Bagwell, Douglas, Steiner and Animal. 89, that's pretty good. Savage in action defeats Hugh Morris. I got a 70. Carino in action defeating Smiley, Norman Smiley. Terry Funk, 65. Cruiserweight Open 10-man battle royal includes Amazing Red, Kidman, Chavo, the Great Suzuki, Yang, the Champion Liger, Kaz Hayashi, Kid Cash, Psychosis and Taka Michinoku. And we have crowned a new champion. Billy Kidman wins the Cruiserweight Open, eliminating Liger last. Just thought I fancied the change up in the title, to be honest. Give Kidman a run with it. Team Canada backstage promo 77. Here we go. This one is a feud ender. DDP, Sean O'Haire, 2OK defeat the heels of Douglas, Bagwell and Steiner Warriors. DDP defeated Rick Steiner in the end. Got a pinfall victory. 81, very good match for a feud ender. So this should have been before that match. We'll call this a celebration promo though, the good guys celebrate. 80, cat fight between Melina and Dawn Marie, considering they're both on Team Madness. A bit random, but just to get them used. 65. Feud ender. Very one-sided Iron Man match. Ric Flair defeats Monty Brown by 3 falls to none. 3-0. I got at 79. Following the match, Brown walks over, offers his hand, and the two shake hands as a sign of respect. 87. Jeff Jarrett defeats CM Punk with a figure 4 after interference from Melina. So this is a bit of a curveball after the cat fight between Melina and Dawn Marie. Melina is technically Team Madness, but she helped Jeff Jarrett here get the win. 82. Following the match, Jarrett goes to get his guitar from under the ring to use it on Punk. Punk has other ideas. Not only disposes Jarrett of the weapon, but uses it against him. Jarrett sustains a straight shot to the head, sending him tumbling out the ring, leaving Punk standing tall. 84. Main event, wasn't as massive as I thought it'd be, but hey. Mike Awesome defeats Booker T and Dustin Rhodes after he pins Dustin Rhodes with the Awesome Bomb. That's got 76. Following the match, Awesome stands over Booker T rather than Dustin. It's got 92. And the pay-per-view itself only got 79. The main event probably could have been better, which is why it only got a 79. And that is the final show of the month. So we'll just go through Monday's news, see what's occurring. See whose contract's up, I guess. So the first bit of news to bring you will be a return of a superstar for me. So I'm going to show you that quickly. Lex Luger is returns. He is a heel, just so you know. So Lex Luger will be back. Seeing if there's anything in the headlines. No one's contracts up or anything. No, that looks like it really. Big Trouble at FAW. So yeah, just to sum up, Mayhem got good reviews. Lex Luger is returning. Mike Awesome continues as world champion for now. And yeah, we got December coming up, which is Starrcade. So as always guys, thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed. This has been Herd 85, and as always, take care.